Hey guys!
Alright guys, we're here today to check out a very special video from a friend of ours, Mr. Thomas from, well, I was going to say from Wolfheart. He is from Wolfheart, but today we're not here for Wolfheart. We're here for Dawn of Solace. The name of the song is Lead Wings. This video just came out today. Now, you're watching us today, but we're not recording this today.
No.
We're two lucky fuckers, alright? So, through the process of recording the new album from Dawn of Solace, Thomas has been kind enough to send us a lot of the demos. So we've kind of heard half the album, but not the finished product, more like just like the demos.
Yeah.
But even the demos were freaking
Even
amazing.
the demos were face melting.
I have to agree. I wish some bands' real music was as good as these demos. If some bands' real music was as good as these demos, the world would be a better place. Now, we've heard some of the demos, and then what happened was, Thomas sends me a message with this video, and he says, this is our brand new debut single that we're releasing on Friday, but I'm sending it to you guys a week ahead of time so you guys can watch it, you can record it and have it ready. As soon as his video pops up, we can post ours. All right? So you guys are watching this today. We watched this a week ago.
Yeah.
Lucky fuckers. All right. Are you ready for this? By the way, I don't know if this is one of the songs from one of the demos he sent us or not. I don't know. We'll figure it out that at the end of the song, right? All right. You ready?
Yeah.
This was one of the demos. I think it was the first one he sent us.
It was.
Yeah,
I was gonna say that.
This was the first demo he sent us.
Oh.
Yeah. Like we heard this song maybe like 2 months ago, maybe longer than that. It was one of the first demos he sent us.
I listened to it twice because it was so good.
I listened to it more than twice. I put actually the demo on my iPhone.
You didn't do that.
Yeah, I put the demo on. But now the finished product is even more glorious. Even more glorious.
But before we do anything, Thomas is one badass motherfucker. Like.
Oh, yeah, he is. I mean, this guy is one of the most underrated musicians in the world. It doesn't matter
even what instrument he's playing. He's really good at it, and he just looks badass. He's everything you want to be.
Wow. That's why I love hanging out with him when he's in Toronto. When Wolfheart plays in Toronto, I show up to the venue like at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. The show's not until 7. I show up at 1 o'clock with ice creams in order to get my way in. And then I'm there just to breathe the same
passcode.
Exactly, and I'm there just to breathe in the same air as he's breathing, in hopes that one day, I can learn what he has forgotten. And if I can learn what he has forgotten, man, I could be a badass musician. But it hasn't happened yet.
No, cowbell is where you're.
Cowbell is where I'm at. Cowbell is where I'm at. Before we talk about this song, because this song is absolutely glorious. All right, it's absolutely glorious. But before we talk about this song, a couple of things I want to mention. You already mentioned one of the things I was going to say. He's one of the most underrated musicians in the world. Never mind Finland, in the world. This guy is incredible. Is there anything he cannot do?
I didn't even know he played drums, and then he's doing all the things I see in every music video that has the drummer in it. The arms become spaghetti.
He can do everything. Everything.
His arms just became
spaghetti. By the way, in this album, he's done everything. The only thing he hasn't done is the vocals. Yeah. He's done everything. So
I only thought he played guitar and had amazing vocals. I didn't know that.
No, the guy, he can do everything.
He could probably be.
He's like
he's probably never touched a cowbell in his life, but he's probably still better than you.
He's like the Swiss knife of musicians. You know, like you keep pulling things out. You can. Everything you need is there. Yeah. Everything you need is there. All right, so that was one of the things I want to touch. There's 2 more things I want to mention because I think these are really important things to mention. The first thing I want to mention is for those of you in North America, Wolfheart is returning to North America. By the way, he's not asking me to do any of this stuff. I'm doing this because I'm a huge fan of Wolfheart. I'm a huge fan of Thomas and everything he does, and he's a very good friend of ours. So I'm doing this out of the goodness of my own heart because I want you guys to support this man and support his bands. He's coming to North America with none other than Rotting Christ. In March, between March and April. I think it's from March 16th, around that date, all the way to April. They're here in North America for a month, which is around my birthday. I'm hoping that this year, he played in Toronto with Children of Bodom around his birthday, which was just a couple of days after my birthday. Our birthdays are like 34 days apart. Another thing we have in common, we're both Pisces. All right, so...
Pisces.
Yeah, we're both Pisces. We're both born in the same month.
That's the first thing that came to my mind was ginger.
All right, anyways, let's move on. I just want to say that they're going to be in North America with Rotting Christ. Go check them out, please. Go check them out.
That's an absolute banger lineup.
Oh, and there's other bands in it. Abigail Williams is on that band on that bill as well. You saw Abigail Williams now with Insomnium and Kalma. So and there's another. I think there's 4 bands on that lineup. But never mind the other 2. Just based on Rotting Christ and Wolfheart alone is worth going to that show. It's going to be a killer show. If it's coming to a town even remotely near you, go see them, support these guys. It costs them a lot of money to tour in North America because of the visas. Pick up some merch, buy a t-shirt, buy a hoodie, whatever you can do. Support these bands, support Wolfheart, support Thomas and his projects. That's the first thing I want to say. Oh, not the first thing. This is already like the third thing I want to say. So the last thing I want to say...
Solo?
I have 4 things. So the last thing I want to say before we talk about this video is this. When this album comes out, I don't know if it's going to come out in January. I think it's coming out in January. It's supposed to come out in November, but there's been some issues and that kind of delayed the release of the album. So I believe it's coming out in January. He hasn't given me, at the time that we're recording this video, he hasn't given me any inside scoop on the exact date of the release because there's some factors at play. Let's go with that. There's some factors at play. All I want to say is this, guys, pre-order it, buy it. You don't know you don't know how much work Thomas is putting into this record, how much sweat, tears, and blood have gone into this record. He was working a full-time job, going and recording, barely sleeping like a couple of hours a day because he was working, multiple jobs and recording at the same time. This album is labor of love, 100%. This album is labor of love. This is something he really wanted to do, and he's worked to the bone. He's worked himself to the bone to make sure that this album is even coming out, because there was a slim possibility that things wouldn't have worked the way he wanted it, because he's a perfectionist. He wants things to be done in a certain way. So please, when the links are out there, pre-order this album, support this guy, support this record, support this project. You don't understand how much work, how much effort he's putting into releasing this album. If anybody out there in the music world deserves your support, this guy, he's the man. He deserves it. This album has been a labor of love. Go out and support him. Give him some love back for all the efforts that he's put together. I know that because I've had conversations. I understand exactly how much work this album has been. And I'm telling you, go out there, support it, buy it multiple times, buy it for people for Christmas, pre-order for people, give them on Valentine's Day.
When it comes out, buy the vinyl.
Just support this guy, please. Go out there, support this man, support this band, support this project. All right, now that I did that, I felt obligated to do that based on what I know, based on how close I am with Thomas.
But that's information that after listening to the song,
how can you not buy it?
Exactly.
How can you not buy it? All right. So
I haven't even touched my phone since we've listened to the song, and it's already pre-ordered.
All right, perfect. I like that way you're thinking. I honestly like pre-ordered. So I like the way you think. We heard this song before. We mentioned this already. We heard it as a demo months ago. Well, I think, if I'm not mistaken, this was the first demo he sent me. He sent us maybe 4 or 5 demos.
It only actually registered when the riff started and the vocals came in.
Yeah, that's when I realized, was because the demo sometimes is missing some drum pieces, is missing some vocals, sometimes some solos. When I get a demo from Thomas, it's not a full version.
Demo, I think it was missing the first part.
And I think it was missing also some drums in the middle.
A little bit.
And I don't even know if the solo was in it.
But even without that stuff, it was still amazing.
It was still amazing. Now we heard the full finished product. It's absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
When at first, for the fans of Wolfheart, it takes a little bit. For the fans of Wolfheart that have never heard Dawn of Solace before, it takes a little bit of getting used to the fact that there's no harsh vocals. Because when you're listening,
it still has that heavy guitar.
It still has the. I find with Dawn
melody.
The melody is still there, but I find with Dawn of Solace is a little bit darker. Where you perhaps don't have in heaviness, in the harshness of the vocals, you gain in this melancholic heaviness to it. The song changes. It's not heavy from drums and guitars and harsh vocals. Heavy. It's heavy in terms of emotionally heavy. It's an emotionally
that stuff
song.
is heavy too, but the vocals,
the clean vocals.
The clean vocals, they're so depressing.
And that's what makes it heavy.
Yeah.
Emotionally heavy. It's emotionally draining to listen to it. I absolutely love it.
In the music video, you can see him. He's not like he looks like he's in pain.
Yeah, and you notice sometimes when Thomas is playing the guitar, there was some shots that went close to his face. It's almost like every single note is playing is like somebody's cutting him. Like the pain is coming through his playing. Absolutely magnificent. I honestly, like I said, for the fans of Wolfheart that are not familiar with Dawn of Solace, it may take a little bit of getting used to the fact that there's no harsh vocals at all. It's just clean vocals.
For me,
for me, the first time I heard the demo, I was sold immediately. I didn't even care that there wasn't any harsh vocals at all. Because to me...
Because it still had a little bit of that Wolfheart flair in it. Only it was more darker from the vocals.
To me, the difference is this. This Dawn of Solace, this song specifically, is heavy emotionally.
Yeah.
Is emotionally heavy. It's not necessarily musically heavy. It's just emotionally heavy. After you listen to this song, you feel like somebody just like... I don't know, put like bricks on your back or something. It just feels like it's bringing you down. It's so emotionally draining and heavy. That's the beauty of it. And the clean vocals, while clean, they add so much darkness to the song. And add, it's incredible because the vocals are clean, but they still add heaviness to the song. They still bring the song down, the mood. It brings the atmosphere, the mood down, just really down. The vocals are absolutely magnificent. Like, absolutely magnificent. Wow. This guy.
He can do no wrong.
He can do no wrong. This guy can do no wrong. Whew, this was incredible. And I want to thank Thomas because he gave us the video like a week ahead of time so that we can pre-record it. so that we have it ready for the day of
But
the
now I have
release.
to wait a week to buy it.
You have to wait a week until it hits iTunes or that kind of stuff to buy it. I gotta find out when he's gonna put the pre-sales on. I'm gonna pre-order the album, even though I already have the demos. I know he's gonna send me the album, whatever. I'm still gonna. I want to support this guy.
Yeah.
And by support, I don't mean just showing up to the concerts with ice cream.
I mean,
I'm still gonna do that
that's
anyways. I'm still
support.
gonna do that, but support this guy. You know, like seriously, guys. You don't know how much of a labor of love this album has been for him. So go out there and support him. All right, guys. This is it for today. Come back tomorrow. We'll have more videos for you. See you.
See ya.